views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Super welcome. I want to welcome you to the show. It's great to have you here. Sheer Alchemy. Ooh, joining me today, my co-host, Leslie Fonteyne. This is an amazing topic for today. And then later on, the second hour, we've got more juiciness for all of you. I'm Dr. Pat. Thank you all for tuning us in, turning us on. And, you know, for many of you, you've been asking, and I want to just say thank you. Thank you for all of you that have been giving us feedback about the new website and the players, and we've made all of those changes. So it doesn't matter what computer you have right now, you are able to listen. If you have smartphones, apparently, you can download our app, and that works beautifully. If you are on Spreaker, that is like a life all of its own. You listen as well. It doesn't matter where you're listening from or how you're listening. We want to welcome you to a fabulous, fabulous show today. What today's topic is about is so absolutely important. You know, it's important in a lot of ways. You know, what do we do when we're looking at our lives and we have to make some shifts? So thanks to Leslie, we get to talk with her about sheer alchemy today, shifting into empowerment and creativity. Why? You're going to find out why during this show. And, you know, many people say, oh, well, wait a minute. I don't know that I can do that. I don't think I have the choice. I got the situation that came up in my life, the situation, not the guy from the Jersey Shore thing, the situation guy. But the situation has come up in my life, and I don't really know. I don't think I can do that. Leslie, I don't know how to get that. I don't shift to what? My life is so, I hear the sucking sound all the time. But today's show is really for everyone out there that doesn't even understand what happens when we're living in passivity and reactivity. You know, what happens to us when we do that? What happens to our dreams and our visions? What happens to the life that we desire? Leslie's joining me here today. Phenomenal transformation catalyst. And by the way, we will open up the phone lines. If you want to think about somebody that's tapped into their intuitive gifts, you're going to be thinking about Leslie Fonteyne. These gifts are gifts that she now shares in this fabulous radio show she has, Sheer Alchemy. And, by the way, helps people all over the world. She travels everywhere, taking her message, taking her gifts to the people that are saying yes to a bigger vision for their lives. You know, whether you are listening to this, she is there to help move you from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, from illness into health. How does all this happen? Well, you're going to find out today. But she has a connection with an unbeatable team, the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, whether they are out there just for her to tap into, or she shows all of us the way to tap into them for ourselves. It is all about looking at our higher self, that source energy, to shift into and move beyond the blocks that prevent us from living the lives we've always dreamed to live. You know, whether you're thinking for yourself, boy, I'd sure like to have better health. Boy, I'd sure like to be able to lose some weight. Boy, I'd sure like to be able to have some money in my bank account. Boy, I sure like to have the love and relationship that I've always dreamed of. Wow, maybe I want to buy that house, but I don't think I can because I lost my other house. Or maybe I want to take an already phenomenal life that I have and go to the next level, whatever that means. Today's show is about shifting into empowerment and creativity. Leslie, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
It is so great to be here again. It's awesome.
Yeah, so part of what we're talking about today is talking about this idea of what happens when we become passive, right? And we sometimes don't know we've become passive. Passivity is something very interesting to me. It's kind of like that frog story, about you put the frog in cold water and then you turn it up. And I think, at least for me, becoming passive at different points in my life kind of happened like that. I just didn't pop up one day and say, I'm not gonna have my dream anymore. So maybe we can talk about passive, what happens to us, what it means to be passive, how do we get that way, and then what happens when we say yes to it.
Passivity is an interesting thing in the sense that some people will explain to you that they are not passive because they are busy and they are running around and they're exercising and they're active and look at me, I'm doing all these things. But if you look at what we learn over lifetime, it could go back to our parents who said, why do I have to do this? Because I said so. Don't think, don't question. Then remember when the whole phrase question authority came out. Think about what that really meant. Lurking behind it was danger. If you question authority, bad things may happen to you. You could get arrested. You could get in trouble. You could lose your job. It was this whole idea that if we question anything, then we lose. The other thing that came to me about this is, scientific inquiry. Scientific inquiry can be overly structured, but there's another kind of inquiry, which is why? Why not try it? What if I did? What could happen? But what happens is that fear comes in because we've learned that we have multiple choice answers and only one of the four, A, B, C, or D, is correct. And we've learned that if we answer these essay questions correctly, we will get a grade. And that grade is important so that we can get into college. And that grade is important so that we can get a good job. And we stop thinking. That's how passivity happens. And then we go, well, this is what life is like when we have children. And this is what life is like if we get married. And this is all this stuff like, well, if we have A, we can't have C. There's no expansive thinking at all. And that's what I call the 3D world. So creativity doesn't come from that world. Creativity is inventing something that never existed before, like the iPhone, like the iPod.
Oh, yeah.
Those things had no reality before they were created. So what in your life has not been seen before that you could step into today?
It's very interesting you're talking about this. I worked for the phone company for a really long time. I did. Well, in today's age, 24 and a half years, a really long dang time. I'm telling you that. People don't expect to be hanging out in a company that long. I went from, don't laugh, I went from the rotary dial job. Remember that thing? The rotary dial. There were some people still using it. Folks are listening. What is she talking about? Like the rotary dial. Then we went to the push button, right? Then we moved on to cordless. Then we moved on to, mobile phones. Remember the big fat mobile phones, how giant they were? They
Absolutely.
were like about this big, right? The guy that invented it was like this big. And then we moved on to an age we live in right now where if you have a flip phone, people are looking at you sideways. They're looking like, what? What is that? Is that a phone? Because we're not used to that anymore. So we have, like you said, moved on in the world we live in. But yet as humans, where are we? Are we trying to catch up, or do we not realize that we have the potential to move along with that kind of energy?
Well, I think a big part of this, too, is lulling us into, well, this is how it is. This is how the world is. Mm-hmm. This is the way life is. And if we have learned over time to not question, to not ask, to not wonder, to not explore, to not take the path less traveled, then we start to just go, well, this must be how it is. Then we get all these neuroses. And we think, well, why am I so angry, so resentful, so upset? And then if you ask anybody about why they're not doing their dream, why they're not stepping into all that they are, they want to explain everything outside of them, regardless of whether it's the parent, the child, the mate, the job. these things, these others out there. When you try to get them to switch and go, what within you is choosing not to express, that's what I call that sleeping bear thing. Have you taken a prod? I haven't, and I hope I never do, actually. But, can you imagine prodding a bear and going, hey, let me see if I can get you to move off of that? What's the first reaction? Probably anger.
Yeah.
Probably fury. What the heck are you doing to me? And so then we get upset like, oh, my God, I'm angry all the time. Really? Why not sit with it, not act on it, but sit with it a minute and say, really? What are you mad about? Really? What are you resentful about? What are you scared of? Because that's the point of your answer, which is, and I'm right now picking up a lot in Radio Land regarding solar plexus. I don't want to be powerful, which is the companion piece to this creativity thing, is if I step into something, I might have to experience failure. I might have to experience the wrong choice, a.k.a. going back to school and I didn't pick the right multiple choice answer. If we can't allow ourselves to even trust ourselves and hear ourselves, then how the heck do we step into that bright idea that's never been seen before? The first thing we want to do, we have an idea, we want to go call somebody, tell someone. And if we make the mistake of telling the wrong person, we lose that thought. We lose the inspiration because they're going, well, how are you going to do that? Where are you going to get the money for that? Well, who's going to support you with that? Well, you don't know anybody. Are you that smart? Really? Are you that smart? So all these things come up, and what happens to that thought or idea? It fritters away. Who did that? You did that. I'm the prod right now. You're the sleeping bear.
I love this. I remember with somebody saying to me, you got to be kidding me. They were talking to me. They said, you got to be kidding me, Pat. You went back to school for 8 years so you could pay for airtime on radio so that a bunch of people can call you Dr. Pat? And when they used to say that to me, I would say, no, I didn't. Now I say, you're damn right I did, and I'm proud of it, son. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about, we're talking about how do we get into that level of creativity, but also, this is shifting, as Leslie said before, shifting into empowerment and creativity, because it really is a shift. Are we going to let other people, are we going to let the economy, are we going to let our government, are we going to let the world agencies dictate our parents, are we going to let the past set a precedence for today and tomorrow? When we come back, Leslie's going to talk with us, how do we get our mojo back? How do we get that back? How are we able to do that thing which we call risk, which actually is not? Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Sheer Alchemy with my co-host, Leslie Fonteyne. We'll be right back.
If not today, one day you will need chiropractic care. Before you choose one, get a copy of this special report, 5 Keys to Selecting the Right Chiropractor, available free, and you can read it in about 6 minutes. Get the care you need, when you need it, from the right chiropractor. Visit wellness1.net or call toll-free 866-499-7509. Go to wellness1.net or call 866-499-7509.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Do you want to enjoy your salad dressing without the guilt of calories, processed ingredients, salt, and carbohydrates? Galios miso dressings are created in a certified organic plant with all natural organic ingredients. Choose from 6 delicious flavors. Order your dressings online now and get free shipping. Mention Dr. Pat and you will get an additional 10% discount. Visit www.galioscafe.com. That's GALEOS cafe.com.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Speaker, teacher, channel, clairvoyant, Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst who channels a powerful energy from source to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFontaine.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegel every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit ArtieHoffman.com and SkyofAngels.com. Hey, everybody. Whoa, is this a good show? Good show. We're opening up phone lines for those of you to want to get some things done on this show today with Leslie. We're going to talk a little bit about what that even looks like for today. Before we jump ahead and we get back to what it means to shift into empowerment and creativity, Leslie, the best place for people to find what's going on with you is to go to LeslieFontaine.com. That's Leslie, FONTEYNE.com. And then also you'll be able to see, you're going to be in Austin, like soon. Like
yes.
what? Like in what? A couple days? Exactly.
Very exciting. Looking forward to coming back to Austin.
On a jet plane. Okay. And then, but then so you're going to be traveling around. Tell folks where you're going to be going here.
Going to be in Austin, then Chicago, then Raleigh, then Portland, Oregon, Columbus, Ohio, Cincinnati. So through the rest of the year. It's exciting. It's awesome to see what's going on out there, meeting so many great people that really do want to shift. And that's really the essence of this show, too, is wanting to shift. We say ask anybody, do you want abundance? Yeah. Do you want a challenging job? Sure. Do you want a good relationship? Yes. Okay, are you ready to clear? Well, what exactly does that mean?
Tell everybody what that means, because when you call into the show, we're getting ready to open up the phone lines. Get ready for it. Because it does relate to stepping into empowerment and creativity. I mean, how can we do that if we're all bottled up with sludge?
Well, back to allowing ourselves to be a little angry, feel the resentment, feel the depression, but not act on it. Okay, I'm not saying go out there and get upset with people. I'm saying really get into it. Really follow the string. Why are you mad? What are you pissed about? What's going on within you? Why are you resentful? And then say, why do I have this partner in my life? What's going on? Then get to the bottom of the fear. I'm telling you to be fearless about your fear. Really get into absolute, total, open inquiry. Don't shut it down. Don't go, well, if I go there, I'll get upset. Yeah, you'll get upset. You've been upset a long time. You haven't let yourself feel it, whether you've mollified it, whether you've taken antidepressant drugs, whatever it is, just to not feel it. So, of course, we're going to get upset that we have these feelings. Feelings don't kill you. So the next thing is, all right, what do I now want to do? Well, most of us don't want to stay in a state of anger very long. We don't want to stay depressed very long. It doesn't feel good. We get afraid of it. So then what do? We start mitigating it. We go, oh, my God, I better stop this quick. I better eat something. I better call someone. I better do something, rather than get to the bottom of what the issue is. So what is clearing? Clearing means that we want to stop the agreement with what you've been doing up until now, which has not fostered your joy. It hasn't given you the desire to step into all that you are. And you've allowed yourself to kind of subdue your personal power. If you subdue your personal power, can you imagine what happens? You become combustible. You don't know when you're going to get mad at somebody. They could say something at the checkout counter at the grocery store, and that person doesn't even know what they just did, and bam, off you go. It had nothing to do with the situation. So that's what happens when we hold things in too long. So, of course, we get upset and we think, oh, my God, will I always be angry? No! What's this all or nothing thinking? Just constantly going from one extreme to the other. Just let yourself go with it, feel it, know what it is, get to the bottom of it, answer it. And if you come out with this diary that says you've blamed everybody and everybody else out there, then the next thing you want to do is go, why have I chosen this? What in me needs to feel safe, comfortable, at ease, within the guardrails? I understand, because what? People will think I'm a freak if I step out of it. People will think I'm crazy. People will think that I've lost my mind, like Dr. Pat, wanting to have a radio show that feeds the world. I mean, how crazy is that? It's a huge, massive blessing to people. But no, we're listening to other people go, well, what kind of money are you going to make? Well, how is that going to happen? Well, who's going to fund it? Have you heard that before? I'm asking you to question the authority within.
Well, and part of this is really getting to that place where you're willing to surrender the fact that you may not know everything. I don't even know what I don't know. But
wow.
Isn't that like the opening?
Yes.
Because what happens, don't you think, Leslie? And for those of you out there, we'd love to open up the phone lines for you guys to be able to call in and get some clearing done here, clear the way. What's interesting, and the way we do that is you can call right in to our toll-free number, 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819. And the first caller to call in that comes on air, we've got a gift for you, 1-800-930-2819. Give us a call, get some clearing. We think we want A. That's in the sludge mode, blocked mode. Then we get cleared. And that thing that was in A, that thing don't look so appealing much anymore. Okay, so could be relationships, right? We're in this relationship. We think, oh, I got to have this person. They're the love of my life. Oh, please clear me so I can love this person more. Then we get cleared and we can't get out of there fast enough. How do we allow ourselves that freedom to step into empowerment and creativity? See, because there's something that happens, right?
There is. I worked with 2 clients yesterday that, in some ways I would say, you could say these are superficial desires, all right? And I'm not making trivia out of the desire for a good relationship, a change in job, less stress, etc. I'm not doing that. But when we get to the baseline of what we're drawing in and what the problem is and what's going on, what we find is that we're not giving ourselves those things. We're not choosing it for ourselves. We want something out there. Well, this is when I start doing inner child work, because this is about your inner child still acting like a child, saying, hey, it's out there. I can't give these things to myself. Really? You're 25, 35, 45 years old? Yes, you can. So the agreements you want to enter into are those that foster your essence, that get you excited about life, that feel like partnerships, that feel like challenges and lessons that shift you. We have a fear of alchemy. We have a fear of the shift because we don't know what's going to happen next. But that's coming from not trusting ourselves.
Yeah. And, part of this is trusting ourselves enough to say, I want something clear. I want something opened. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to step into things. I don't know that I've always done that really well. I'm one of these people, I think, Leslie, where I've had to have the laws of the universe grab me. Some people now, they get brushed by a feather and, their lives open up and they do amazing things and they climb to the top of whatever it is. And, all they need to do is get a little rumble, maybe a little feather, maybe a little drop of rain drops on their top chakra, and they just become all open and all like ready, and then they become Olivia Newton-John.
Too funny.
Not me.
Well,
I don't know.
That's a lot of us.
I didn't sign up for that one, I guess.
That's a lot of us.
I've had to descend, but now I know I don't have to stay there long. See, I think that's what you're saying. You know what? You can go on the descent, but you don't really have to stay there long.
But some of us have to hit bottom. If we want to use a recovery term, some of us have to, because what is that hitting the bottom of? It's hitting the bottom of the ego. It's hitting the bottom of pride and fear that keep us locked into something that actually makes us miserable. And then we begin to shift and we become awakened a little bit. So I like the poking the bear thing, because I think that's more like the rest of us. I really do. I think that we may put some people on a pedestal like they're so enlightened. We are in human form here. This earth school is tough. and we have a lot of lessons, and we don't need to act like it's going to be easier than it really is, But one thing that can happen, and I know you experience this so much, is that it can become the adventure. If you can really allow yourself that glimpse of not knowing, like you said, of having no idea,
right,
of being wide open, and then the energies you start to draw to support you or help you or take you to the next thing, it becomes this big road trip.
Yeah. And, aren't you really talking about being at a place where you're in that energy of not knowing, and you ask the questions of what is possible? You see, sometimes I think, for me, and maybe it's a chick thing. Maybe it's like a chick thing, like a woman thing, where, we've had so many situations. If you've had a child, you know what that's like to take care of that child. If you've had a parent, you had to take care of a parent. We are in human doing most of the time. We are in human doing. Let's take care of it. Who's taking the garbage out? Nobody? Okay, that's me. I'm taking the garbage out. Okay, wait a minute. Dishes piled up in the sink. Oh, the kids didn't do the dishes. Oh, boom. Who's going to do the dishes? How long are we going to leave them there? We're not. Right? Let's get up. Let's go to our jobs. Let's take care of the kids. Not that's not something that's universally done by both men and women. But I think, there's a history. I certainly wouldn't have the genealogy that men have had for centuries of, oh, my God, I got to be the breadwinner, really? Who can live with that even? But we're living now in a world where we get to set the stage for freedom. Isn't that what we're talking about today?
It totally is. And if you don't think that stepping into your power and your creativity is a bit like a free fall, it is. Just imagine yourself jumping out of a plane and hoping that parachute opens. So we are afraid of losing the guardrails. So why don't you take a little time sometime today and note what your guardrails are? What are those things that create safety? And let me tell you how you find out really fast. You come up with a great idea and you say, you know what, I think I'm going to start that tomorrow. The minute you do that, your guardrails are going to show up in neon. So go ahead, give it a shot, see what they are. That's what we want to clear. We want to clear the fear of that. Where did it come from? Ancestral line, mom, dad, your culture, the TV. What have you let permeate your aura that has not a darn thing to do with you?
Yeah. And Leslie's going to help us understand what we can do about it moving forward. Once you clear, what happens when that stuff starts to show up again? You don't even know it's showing up, but you're showing up and you're barking at somebody and you're talking
like nasty. It's always a practice.
Yeah.
We get to practice.
When we come back, Christy will take your call. We are taking your calls out there if you want to get some clearing done. Where are you stuck in your life? Where are you not letting creativity and empowerment show up? Where is that? Are you worrying about what people think about you? Are you worrying about a boss, maybe firing you and he or she is like super beautiful? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Whatever that thing is that is weighing you down, when you think about it, it is clogging up the works. That's why Leslie Fonteyne's here. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Christy, we're going to get right to you. We're going to talk about, what do we need to do to recover, to wake up? And why are we so afraid of our power? Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the show. Sheer Alchemy, Leslie Fonteyne. I'm Dr. Pat. We'll be right back.
I cut my teeth on wedding rings in the movies, and I'm not proud of my address. In a torn up town, no post.
Hi, this is David Zarza.
And Philip Zarza, and we're the Sophisticated Guys.
And we're here with your tip of the week. This is for all of you who want to feel younger and more courageous. In yoga, there's a saying that you're as young as your back is flexible.
This week's Sophisticated Tip of the Week is to help you shake the cobwebs off your confidence.
In life, you're as young as your mind is flexible.
Decide to do something differently.
Wear a color you've not dared to.
Share with that person what you've been holding back about.
Take that dance class you've been contemplating for weeks.
Just do it. This technique works best by committing to a month of this. Learn more or schedule a session by visiting GetSophisticated.com. That's GetSophistigated.com and call 206-420-8660.
Once again, that's 206-420-8660.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pat. I want to introduce you to my friends at BioResource, the exclusive Beyond Balance distributor in the United States and Canada. Used clinically by top Lyme doctors, Beyond Balance herbal formulas have helped thousands of patients battle tick-borne disease by providing superior immune system support and enhancing detoxification. Beyond Balance formulas are sold through healthcare professionals. The oral drops contain non-GMO food-grade vegetable glycerin, making them well tolerated by children and alcohol-sensitive patients. Practitioners often complement Beyond Balance formulas with high-quality homeopathic, such as pecanospigeric remedies to enhance patient results. For more information, licensed or certified healthcare practitioners can call BioResource, the exclusive Beyond Balance distributor for the United States and Canada, at 800-203-3775. That's 800-203-3775. And together, let's win the battle against Lyme disease.
Where do you desire to go in your life? Are you only looking outside yourself for the answers? What if you use your soul's wisdom to lead the way? So what is the soul, and how do you access its wisdom? Soul Suitcase with Victoria Cohen will unpack these questions and help you tap into and trust your own inner voice to solve everyday problems. Our Soul Suitcase is a treasure chest of wisdom inside us waiting to be discovered. Listen to Soul Suitcase while Victoria Cohen takes everyday situations like job loss, relationship struggles, parenting challenges, work stress, and health concerns, and shows you how awakening to your inner voice helps you make more conscious choices where your life flows more smoothly with greater clarity, purpose, grace, and ease. As a psychotherapist and soul coach, Victoria has inspired thousands of clients over the past 31 years to listen to their inner wisdom and let it guide them on their true path. You can learn this too on Soul Suitcase with Victoria Cohen. Your soul suitcase is packed. Are you ready to start your journey?
But every song's like gold teeth, gray goose dripping in the bathroom, bloodstains, ball gowns, trash in the hotel room. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams. But everybody's like crystal, Maybach, diamonds on your timepiece, jet planes, islands, tigers on a gold.
I love that. We the Royals. That's right. Absolutely. Thank you all for tuning us in. And by the way, if you want to find out more about Transformation Talk Radio, go ahead and go to transformationtalkradio.com. If you want to find out more about Leslie Fonteyne, go to lesliefontaine.com, and it's FONTEYNE.com. Leslie, LESLIE. Go ahead and check her out. If you want to schedule your own session with her, what's the best way to do that, Leslie?
Go to my website, and I have a scheduler. I have ways for you to contact me, reach out to me, or you can just do Leslie at lesliefontaine.com. I'm glad to answer any questions. I do consultations just to help you out with some things that might be new to you. So, absolutely.
And so for those of you out there, we have opened up the phone lines, 1-800-930-2819. If you're ready to step into empowerment and creativity, this is the show you want to be able to call into. 1-800-930-2819. Mr. Taylor will pick up the call. Right now, we have somebody waiting to chat with you. Let's go to the phones, Mr. B.
Yeah, Christy from Bothell. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Christy. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Christy. So good to hear from you.
Thank you. Well, I was just calling in. I feel like I'm a pretty creative person, but what I was calling in about is, like, right now I'm taking care of myself, self-healing, working on my shoulder, massage, acupuncture. I'm healing my shoulder. It could be a rotator cuff, or maybe it's just inflammation, so I'm kind of working on myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering if there was any way I could get a little help with clearing, if it was emotional or past.
Why don't you tell me a little bit more about how it came in?
Oh, okay. Well, it came in because I worked for 3 years with a 90-year-old, and she passed away when she was 93. But I was a caregiver for her for 3 years, and there were a lot of lifting involved, lifting.
Yeah.
And that's what did it to me, all that burden on my shoulders.
Yeah, pretty profound, isn't it, what you've done?
Yeah.
And kind of part of your life path for quite a while, which you are shifting. You know that. You've been moving out of it. There's, a little bit of just some guilt about some things. That there's definitely some ancestral line. And when I'm talking about ancestral line, I'm talking about our families So you've always been one that's carried a lot of responsibility, as you know. And, we sometimes slam caregivers as if, all of them are enablers and codependent people, and they're really not. They're such gifts to the planet. But what you're doing right now is you're raising your vibration so that it's less physical. And that's a little uncomfortable for you sometimes, because what's happening is the healing gifts that are coming through you, you're becoming a lot more aware of them, but you have all this other training, all right? And so what I want you to really pay attention to, and this is very much going into your heart space and your life purpose, is I want you to really step into what some of the healing modalities are that are coming in for you. You get a lot of insights, a lot of, you're clearly clairsentient, you feel a lot, but there is a shifting in the healing service that you're beginning to offer, and it's really important for you to step away from the super physical. Saying no is a problem for you.
Yeah.
And so this is also this opportunity now. So sometimes, when we don't do it, we kind of, hit the wall on some things. So this is a cool opportunity for you to allow this. Okay, so big time what's going to come up for you as you allow yourself to step away from the physical. And I don't mean, quit your massage job, but you know very well what I'm saying when I tell you there are things you're doing that you do not need to be doing, but you do them anyway. There's like a coerced energy, which we could work on at some point, which, people kind of suck you into doing some things that you really, your boundaries tell you should not step into. But there's a lot that's going to come out of your throat space, your communication channel in terms of your truth. So your healing is going to start to shift more into your words. Your hands are definitely unblocking right now, but you do not have to be the heavy lifter for others. And this was part of your life path for a long time, where you were doing heavy lifting for others. We're in a period right now where people have the opportunity to step into all that they are. So let them do that. And saying no is going to be uncomfortable, but uncomfortable doesn't mean that that's not the correct thing for you at the time.
Right. Okay.
So it's going to allow
let
your shoulder speak to you. Just let it speak to you. This isn't something for you to get beaten up about. Just allow it to talk to you. How does that feel for you?
Thank you so much.
How does that feel? How does that feel, Christy?
How does my shoulder's still sore. I had quite a massage on me yesterday. Yeah. Now I'm going to go to acupuncture today, and I'm going to go to massage tomorrow and then take a break. Go to Lake Chelan, jump in the cold water, because I know the cold will help with the inflammation.
Yeah, but how does it feel about your shifting in your healing modality?
Well, yeah, I'd rather do it verbally than physically.
Yeah, there's just realize how your energy is coming out of you in a new way. Just explore that a little bit. And it's part of you coming out of the coercive, stuff that you've been available for people for a long time. Mm-hmm.
So when they call, I jump.
Yes, exactly. And there's going to be a hesitation now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Christy, I have a question for you. I'm not a doctor in that way. I just have a question. Are you working with someone that's helping you about the scheduling of things? And the reason I say that is my acupuncturist, and every one of them are different, when I can understand what she says most of the time, basically I know what she told me is not to do acupuncture with massage so closely. So make sure you're
together.
Yeah, because I'm going to try to explain. Maybe Leslie can explain it better. But, today was about moving some energy, right? And so acupuncture, the way that I've used it with my acupuncturist, is we really open up a lot of channels. Things move around. And I have never been given an assignment to get acupuncture and massage one day after the other, or massage, acupuncture, massage. And that's, my naturopath, she just would not do anything like that. And I forget now the reason, because I'm not a doctor. But there's something about the energy of acupuncture and what it means to when they open those channels up like Leslie did, you've got to be ready for the opening to happen. You've got to let that opening happen. And so part of it, when you get a treatment, the body treatment, I love Reiki because it's not invasive. But that's what, just happened here. If you're not going to take that in or give it some time, to make itself flow, right? That chi has got to flow. And then you start to work the skin again. That has never worked for inflammation for me at all, not 1 minute. Because massage, by the way, for me, massage has always caused a bit more inflammation. And so just something to think about. You may want to consult somebody about the best order and time to do that.
Okay.
Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm sore right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
You're sore right now?
Okay.
Yeah. What are you What are you using for it?
She told me do some ice. Do the ice for like 15, 20 minutes, and I'm taking ibuprofen and turmeric and boswellia.
Okay. I want you to stay on the line. I will talk to you during the break. Don't hang up, because we also have to get information from you. But don't hang up. When we go to break, I want to talk to you privately if we could, because I want to give you some information I don't want to give out over the air. But stay on the line. Taylor is going to get your information because we have a gift for you. And then when we go to break, just hang in there. We'll bring you back up.
Okay.
Okay. Leslie Fonteyne is joining us here today. I want to, again, make sure that all of you know that you can go to lesliefonteyne.com and make sure you LESLIAFONTEYNE, lesliefonteyne.com. When you go there, you're going to be able to find a lot of information, a lot of tools to help you, like the tool that Christy's going to receive today, Stepping into Intention, which is very, very cool. And much more. If you want to find out if you've missed any of the shows that Leslie has done, you're also going to be able to find those there. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about, what we want to hold on to that doesn't serve us. How long do we have to hold on to things? What is it that we tell ourselves? What is it that we believe in that causes us to just stay in this place? Even though we've taken every action imaginable. I mean, I've been out in the desert for 10 days. I've done so many different things, but I did not have a clue about what Leslie Fonteyne is talking about. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
We clawed, we chained our hearts in vain. We jumped, never asking why. We kissed, I fell under.
Tune in to Intuit University, compassionate guidance connecting you to your inner wisdom with internationally renowned psychic and medium Sherry Dillard, the second and fourth Thursday each month at 12 p.m. Pacific Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Get ready for an hour of practical spirituality and a fun and magic carpet ride into the spirit realm. This hit show is a combination of call-in readings and intuitive mentoring, as Sherry supports and empowers you to create your best life in relationships, career, finances, life purpose, and spirituality. For more information, visit sherrydillard.com.
Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. Negative self-talk plays a major role in how we create fear and anxiety. You're probably familiar with that worried, insecure, or critical voice that rises from somewhere deep inside, often at the most inopportune moments. You don't seem to choose the limiting, anxiety-triggering, or self-sabotaging thoughts, nor do you seem to be in control of them. Over the years, I've found that rather than ignoring or suppressing these negative thoughts, what works best is to redirect the mind with at least 3 counterbalancing arguments that shed light on the opposite, positive points of view. For example, if your negative thought was something bad will happen, counterbalances could be, right now I'm okay. There have been many times I was worried and everything turned out well. I have the strength and abilities to handle anything that comes my way. Positive counterbalancing is training your mind to search for and find uplifting and empowering perspectives for any given situation.
Are you ready to move past limiting beliefs and unconscious obstacles that are holding you back from financial prosperity? Do you want to be free from debt and that feeling of being disempowered? Mary Jane Allen is a financial healer and joy creation specialist who uses her unique set of tools included in her financial healing process to help her clients move past those beliefs and fears. For more information and to contact Mary Jane, visit her website, manifestyourlifedream.com, and begin your financial healing process today.
Always inspiring and uplifting, Brenda Fonteyne spreads love and light wherever she goes. Enlightening, empowering, and encouraging readings, Brenda connects with your guides, angels, fairies, and loved ones who have crossed over to provide you with the highest guidance possible to enable you to live your highest truth and maximize your potential. Always light-filled, a session with Brenda will have you feeling wonderful, centered, and ready to take on anything. Schedule your session now at BrendaThoyne.com. That's BrendaThyne.com.
Accelerate your intuitive abilities with Lynn Brown on July 26, 2:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. at Maya Whole Health Studio. Awaken yourself as a spiritual being with natural spiritual gifts and become more grounded, clear, focused, and healthy by learning the 5 essential energy tools that everyone should have. Call 425-271-0200 to register for the Intuitive Tools for Beginners Workshop, and let's get into it now. Visit ruintuit.com for more information.
No one could deny. Don't you ever say I just walked away. I will always want you. I can't live a lie running for my life. I will always want you. I came in like a wrecking ball.
I love that song. Not so fond of the video, but I do. Well, actually, I do like the video. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Sheer Alchemy. Leslie Fonteyne joining me here today. We are all about the creativity and the empowerment. And, you know, Christy, thank you for calling in. Thank you all for tuning us in, turning us on. I mean, you know, Leslie, we are so stuck on what our own view of how change and transformation has to happen. We have such views. You know, on the one hand, I heard somebody say this the other day, maybe you can shed some light. On the one hand, we believe in higher power, source. We believe in the masters that have walked the earth, that can create miracles. You know, and yet we believe we are completely incapable, especially at moments when we really need not believe that. So I think this is a great time for you to help us along the way.
Okay, well, again, this is about fear of our own power. And the way I would challenge you about whether you have power or not is when I tell you that you have the choice today to step into all that you are or to do more of the same. And then I'm going to have you break it down to 15 minutes, just 15 minutes of your day, because we tend to do this, again, all or nothing thinking the whole month, the whole year, I'm going to lose my job, blah, blah. We end the whole story before we really know how it's going to turn out, and we speak about it so positively, so assuredly. So take this next 15 minutes and say, I am going to be fully powerful. I am going to completely create my reality. So the objections that you begin to surface are in your power center, right? Which is, well, I'm not sure I can do that. Okay, what does that mean? What do you mean you're not sure you can do that? Well, I'm not sure I have time. Really? So are you an adult? Do you know how to schedule? Do you know how to tell other people to wait? Oh, well, if I tell them to wait, they won't. They won't what? Like you? They will be upset with you? What is that about? Why do you feel that way? Well, I'm afraid of them. Oh, you're afraid of your partner. You're afraid of your world, your boss. So we follow the string all the way through. So when I ask you, do you want to shift, the next thing that comes to you is, well, I don't know what's going to happen. Well, I don't know how it'll work out. That's the cool thing about, like Pat said, the higher power source coming in, bringing in all these exponential opportunities that you have to create a new reality. But it's almost like, well, God, how are you going to do it? How's that going to happen? Well, you're going to do it. You're going to get your insights. You're going to get your thoughts and ideas. You're going to bring some fire to your dreams. We're taking that poker to the sleeping bear. You're going to have some feelings, some anxiety, some fear, and then you're going to begin to step into it. You're not going to become dumb. You're going to get insights. You're going to get ideas, but they're going to be different. They're going to be created from a new place, not out of fear. If we have very practiced fear and we're very practiced at, well, I've got to make sure this turns out okay because I've got to be perfect, because if I'm not perfect, then, you know, everything will fall apart and I'll be judged. Think about all the messages coming up for you as you begin to think about that dream, that passion. You can step into all that you are, but when we clear, we're shifting these old agreements to ones of empowerment. And imagine yourself surrounded by people who fully accept you, who appreciate who you are, who want to mentor you, coach you, encourage you, and bring you to your highest possible reality in this lifetime, think about what that would feel like. Doesn't it bring tears to your eyes? How phenomenal is that?
It brings tears to our eyes in that I don't know that we know that people really care about us. I mean, really care about us, our authentic us.
Right.
Not the us that is afraid to show up and stand in our power and say, you know what, I'm not able to do that with you tonight. I'm sorry that, here we go. I'm sorry for what? And it comes, I'm sorry that I'm doing something without you tonight. That's what I'm sorry about right there.
Yeah, it's a core wound that we're tapping into all the way to the very base, which is that, am I truly loved? So the next question, and often I ask clients, is where are you not loving yourself? Well, that's the problem. I just don't love myself. So what if I told you right this minute to begin and to bring in your higher power? Well, if you've associated your higher power with something that's very authoritarian, unloving, and conditional, then we've got to do some shifting in that agreement too. Do you see how that works? You're taking down the data, you're seeing what it's like for you, and then we're going to shift to a much better agreement and allow yourself to experience what it is to love yourself.
It's interesting. Let's talk about abundance for a minute and the relationship between empowerment and creativity. Someone said to me not too long ago, really quickly, they said this, oh, I don't want money. Money? You got to be kidding. You think I want to be like Donald Trump? And, it was a big conversation. They were looking at me about, I literally sat there for about 18 minutes, just listen. I've never heard anyone talk in lack that long, so convincingly. But by the time I was done with the 18 minutes, I was like, holy camole, maybe I don't want any money. And, then I thought, wow, how easily we're influenced. And
very much so.
What about the thought if you had more money than you could even imagine so that you could do more good in the world? Whoa. Right?
Exactly. And we say that, but I've found that many people, when they make that statement, and you probably have too, they have absolutely no intention of taking action. They want to put it so far out there that not even they can reach it, and therefore they, again, justify being stuck. So why don't you look at yourself today, kind of examine in your second and your third, where you're holding on, where you're afraid to step outside the lines, where you're afraid to color outside the lines, and ask yourself why you choose not to go further. Because you can make those millions. You can be that. But it's the energy of money that it's what you do with it, where you're going to take it, what you're going to use it for. And to find out that the grandeur that's within you is as great as it is terrifying. But again, we stop ourselves because we think, well, I haven't done it yet. Therefore, is it ever too late to start, Pat?
Well, it's never too late to start. And the difficulty, Leslie, is that we are so in a box, a paradigm of our own impotence. Oh, that's so good.
That was really good.
That was very good.
I like that one.
A paradigm of our own impotence that we can't even creatively think how to raise money. I had a 10-year-old tell me, give me the greatest idea that anybody's ever given me in my life. The greatest, a 10-year-old. Are you shocked? Listen to this. Why don't you ask 1 million people for $1 a piece? And they can fund Transformation Talk Radio. She didn't say fund. And they could pay for. Overheard a conversation I was having with somebody.
I love
Overheard the conversation.
I love it.
And honestly, this is really the world we live in. There are no limits.
There are none.
Mm-hmm.
But we let other people's filters color our view. And isn't it time to throw them off and just really jump out and take a look at what we could be? And let's not be afraid. And I'm here to work with you on the fear. I'm here to work with you on the core wounds, the agreements. I really am. I'm not just throwing this stuff out and beating you up because you haven't done it yet. I'm doing this to stoke the fire so that you can be healed, so that you can step into more of who you are. And it is never too late to begin anew. You can begin right now. You can start your day over whenever you feel like it.
And I'll tell you what, there is a pill to solve spiritual impotence. There
What
really
is that?
And that is what we're talking about here today. It begins with us. We are the pill.
Mm-hmm.
We are the pill. We don't have to go to the doctor. We don't have to get the prescription. We have to do something, don't we?
Yes.
Wow. What a great show, Leslie.
Oh, this has been wonderful, and we really hope that you all have been turned on and excited about some things you can do. And if you're feeling overly morose and beating yourselves up, that is not the point today. Give me a call, write me, and we can turn that around real quick.
Give everybody your information again. Thank you. And for those of you listening in Texas, don't forget to check Leslie out in person. She's crazy amazing in Austin, in Skokie, or wherever Leslie's going to be. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
Go to lesliefonteyne.com, LeslieFonteyne.com. You can also call me 678-665-3366. Look forward to talking with you.
All right. We'll see you next time here. Hey, everybody out there, we will be right back. We're continuing with another hour right here on the show. Just going away for a shorty. And when we come back, more expansiveness coming your way. We'll see you in a few.
If not today, one day you will need chiropractic care. Before you choose one, get a copy of this special report. 5 keys to selecting the right chiropractor. Available free, and you can read it in about 6 minutes. Get the care you need, when you need it, from the right chiropractor. Visit wellness1.net or call toll-free 866-499-7509. Go to wellness1.net or call 866-499-7509.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Do you want to enjoy your salad dressing without the guilt of calories, processed ingredients, salt, and carbohydrates? Gallios miso dressings are created in a certified organic plant with all natural organic ingredients. Choose from 6 delicious flavors. Order your dressings online now and get free shipping. Mention Dr. Pat and you will get an additional 10% discount. Visit www.gallioscafe.com. That's GALEOS cafe.com.
Tune in to Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fonteyne on TransformationTalkRadio.com and get ready to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Speaker, teacher, channel, clairvoyant, Leslie Fonteyne is a transformation catalyst who channels a powerful energy from source to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times and LeslieFonteyne.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Tune in to the Angels and Answers Psychic Radio Show with clairvoyants Artie Hoffman and Sky Siegel every Thursday for a 2-hour show, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Transformation Talk Radio. Artie and Sky deliver spiritual and motivational messages with passion and a sense of humor. Call in 800-930-2819 for live and on-air readings. Visit artiehoffman.com and skyofangels.com.